Greetings and welcome. This is Andrew Lotz with Play and Plug TV, and I'm here at the Mage Wars demo booth with Bryan Pope and Micheal Mirth. We're going to talk about the new expansions for Mage Wars, a lot of the upcoming stuff, new character options, and a bunch of excitement going on. So why don't you tell me, Micheal, we'll start with you. What's the new developments with Mage Wars?
Well, right here at Origins Live, for the very first time, you can get the new, kind of re-envisioned Priest and Beastmaster with their new decks, new cards, and this brings our total number of mages to 8.
It's a good number, nice even number.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what's different about them? Why, as a Mage Wars fan, when I say, hey, I already have a Priest, I already have a Beastmaster, why these alternates?
They're different in that we allowed them to use the same abilities as the prior mages, so the priest is just using the priestess's spells, but he's got new abilities that lets him use them in a new way. He's going to be more aggressive. He's about wrath and retribution. He's going to be in the front lines, killing the enemy, taking on the warlock head to head. Priestess tends to sometimes get in the background a little bit, build herself a base of operations, put some clerics in play, do some healing and protection. The Beastmaster is different too. She is she's a huntress, and she's fast, she's good with archery. She will tag an enemy and put a wounded prey marker on them and then let her animals swarm in to finish it off. And so she attacks with her animals in a coordinated effort like hunting. She has a hunting bow that works that way too, and it's actually a very cool feature. There's 106 spells in here, and there's 26 of them are brand new, different spells that no one's seen before. A lot of great new mechanics and features in here, and the set comes with an extra sheet of markers, including all the new conditions we have, such as stuck and bleed and tainted. Tainted is cool. It's a poison damage that cannot be healed. It's just there.
It sticks around for the rest of the time. Okay, good. Now, I heard a rumor that Mage Wars is up for a board game award here at Origins. Is that the case?
We're very excited about that. We're in the top. There was 40 games submitted. We're in the top 5 nominations, and for the best board game, and we're hoping to get it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a shame that we won't be here to cover the sort of triumph and you raising it above your heads, knock on wood, of course, and cheering, but we've got a lot of high hopes for that. So, as you've been doing a lot of the demos of the games with new players, what is a new player finding is most attractive about Mage Wars as a game?
I think it's the spell book. It's really the uniqueness of it, the fact that it's strategic, that you look through and you choose the spells that you want to cast. The fact that it's customizable, you decide what's going to go in for this particular battle or tournament. I think people just see that as so unique and so exciting that it brings it to life. It makes you feel like a real mage in combat.
So how did you come up with the idea to do your game that way? We got the game designer right here, so I want to ask that question. Where in your head do you say, hey, I want to be able to pick my abilities and flip through them like I'm musing over an ancient arcane tome?
Well, we like playing, customizable card games, always have. And my sons and I were sitting around and saying, why don't we make something that's truly great, that what we want to play? And Mage Wars is actually never intended to be published. We made it for something fun to play in our garage. Sure. After a few years and having 20 college guys play it and almost nothing else, we thought, well, we got something here. We spent another couple years polishing it and then 2 years of marketing. So after 7 years, it actually got released last year.
What's in the future of Mage Wars? What's coming next? What's down the pipeline? Can you give us a hint? I mean, again, you don't have to spoil trade secrets, of course, but where are you looking nextward?
Okay, well, we have a new, this is the Force Master versus Warlord that just came out. Everyone knows about this, I think. But we have another 2-mage set coming out that we're very excited about. It's a Druid versus Necromancer. She's a master of plants. She has this steady growth theme where she's just taking over the board. She actually has vine markers that she spreads across the board. She bonds with her trees. She's in tune with her plants. And if you leave her unchecked for too long, she's going to overwhelm you. Her opponent, the Necromancer, is the master of undead and diseases. He's amazing. His spell book is the first spawn point in the game. It's actually a piece of equipment that's a spawn point. He carries it with him, the Book of the Dead, casting undead as he moves along. All of his undead have cool features. Our zombies are very hard to kill, very hard to finish off, but they're slow and they're stupid. And you can get around them, but after a certain point in time, there's just too many of them on the board, and they'll just overwhelm you. So they've got a cool theme, and the zombies are bloodthirsty. They just want to eat the living. So, anyways, we got a lot of other great mechanics in there. Down the road, in the future, we've got other 2 mage sets planned. We have an archmage that we're working on, where 1 player can be the archmage and take on 3 or 4 players at once. We're also working on a scenario pack where you could go through and do a dungeon run, kind of like a little role-playing game, and actually have fun, like defeating monsters and AI mages along the way to get to your end goal. And players can use their spell book to do that and play the game.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So one other question I wanted to have for you as somebody who's sort of running these is, so you talked some about what's drawing players to that. What do you think is the sort of the thing that sets Mage Wars apart other than the spell book from another game? If I'm a person running around, I'm looking at these, why this one and not some other game here at Origins?
Well, there's so many different elements to it also. The kind of role-playing aspect of being a mage, but the tactical board game aspect of, moving around. It appeals to Magic players because of the cards, because of the book. And it has an overall elegance of all of these, the personality of the damage that it does and so forth. So all of these things work together in a sort of an elegance that makes it very fun and very quick to play and very, very concise and entertaining.
Good. All right. Well, this is Andrew Lotz with Play Unplugged TV. Please follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, or vice versa. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. I'm not technological. I'm stubbing for Rico anyways. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave comments below. And again, we have check out Mage Wars. Great product by Bryan Pope. We got Micheal Mirth here, and we're so thankful to be here at Origins. And thank you very much.